two, a 1, 2, 3, go.
2, 1 + 1 is me and you. To a fireside on Christmas Day, kissing in your car melts the...
Hello there, this is Tim McMahon from FL Studio Tips and Tricks.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to give you a little brief introduction as to what exactly is going on in FL Studio. Not a lot of people understand it right away because it looks really confusing and people give up right away. But this is going to be a very short video just to explain to you what the different parts of the application entail. So first you have your pattern blocks here. This is a very basic sequencer, and right here, these tiny little blocks, whenever you have one of them clicked, it's going to activate, it's going to trigger whatever sample you have here. So here's our kick. This is not going to sound good at all, but just for example, okay. But if you're going to be making just like a dancey kind of song, 4/4 song, you can right click on it and it gives you a whole bunch of these options here. So you can fill each 4. Okay, so that's basically the pattern sequencer here. Now, what you're going to notice is when you click on kick, like let's just say you have the pattern sequence open, this channel settings window is going to open. Now, all of this stuff here you can use to manipulate the sound of what each sample is. We're not going to use a kick in this instance, so what we'll do is, let me just find something different. There we go, that sounds good. And if you ever want to drag any of the samples, just simply drag them over onto the channel. And in order for this window to pop up, you have these buttons over here. So you're going to click on this one right here, and that'll pop up. So now that we have that sample loaded, I'm just going to put it on the first block. We're going to listen to it. That's not the one I wanted. There we go. It's kind of a hit, like. Okay. Now, what you can do here is you can reverse it. You can fade it to stereo. You can swap the stereo. And there's all these trim effects here. You can if you crank up where it says in, you can make the beginning of the sample just sound quieter. Or you can do, if you crank up out, it'll decay a lot quicker. There's also a setting that says pogo, which creates that certain kind of effect. Okay, well, enough of that. Also, actually, let me put all of these settings back to normal. You can control the pan, the volume, and the pitch directly from here. So, let's pick a different sample. I'll just take this kick. Pan it. Well, you're not going to hear this pan, but it's going to pan left and right because I have to patch cords through in order to record both my microphone and what's going on inside at the same time. Now we have the pitch here. You can raise the pitch. You can't notice the difference in it, but then you have this control over here which controls how much guess you could say how much you're going to manipulate the pitch. Okay, now, since we showed you that and you showed you that, next thing we're going to do is show you song mode, or playlist, whatever. A lot of people here, now let's just build a basic pattern really quickly, just something really terrible and like... Now, you see these up here where it says the pattern. You might not have this. This is just a skin that I use. This up here is going to show you what pattern you have. So if I make a pattern here and then I go up, I can make another pattern. If I go here, I can make another one. So here's our basic pattern. Now, when we have this open, and well, you don't have to have it open because everything's already saved. You're going to go over to, you can either draw, click on the pattern you want. Like if it was 5, click on it afterwards, but this is 1, so click on 1, and then you can drag. And this is how you're going to arrange your songs. And then we can introduce another pattern, and so on, and so on, and so on. You could also go down here. I don't use these blocks at all. And do the same thing. Okay. Now, since we've covered that and that, in later videos, I'm going to go into greater detail actually about how to make songs, but it's important to understand all of this. Next, I'm going to show you the piano roll. So, in FL Studio and in any other digital audio workstation, there are virtual instruments. So, if we want to insert a virtual instrument, we'll go on any of these tracks, click right, insert, and stock, they don't come with many good ones, so to say, but I use what's called Blue, and I believe it's by Rob Pappin. It's an excellent, Rob Pappin, excellent VST with... We'll just use that one real quick. Now, I'll show you how to load up your VSTs and everything. But now when you click on it, go to piano roll. Okay, that's nothing fancy, but it's just going to show you. And then you can draw it out on your blocks here. Okay, well that's it for this video. I'm going to make a lot more, but and I'm going to go into greater detail about how to make quality music, but this is just for the beginner to understand what everything entails. Oh, actually, but before I go, now I'll explain it in a different video. This is your mixer. This is where you mix down everything. So like if I were to have this and I would assign this to a mixer track, then I would have it on its own track. I could adjust the volume, the pan, anything, and then add effects and all that. But thanks for listening, and please do check out my blog at www.flstudiotipsandtricks.blogspot.com, and feel free to email me if you have any other questions. I'm more than willing to help anyone here. So I will see you soon, and thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and please subscribe, because I will be making daily videos. At the minimum, I will be making two a day, so lots of stuff to keep up with. Thank you, and I will talk to you soon.